Everyone, we have Rob Wylie here today to present Empowering Voice AI Agents with Real-Time Knowledge from Neo4j. Over to you, Rob.
Hi, yeah, nice to meet you, everyone. I'm Rob from Simply AI, where we build voice AI agents for mainly the telco market and telco resellers. And as I'm sure has been touched greatly, this session is if you're building voice AI agents, they often need to be grounded in facts, and that often is done using RAG or some form of RAG, and as does Neo4j, we use graph RAG in ours. So I thought for this presentation, it would be quite a interesting sort of step through of like how we actually use this in production and with our AI agents specifically. So this has to be sort of real-time, quick information retrieval, and so far has been given us sort of a great result with our customers. So yeah, I will step through very quickly. I'm sure this bit has been done a lot already, but why graph? Yeah, I'm sure everyone on watching is very familiar with it, but for anyone that isn't, RAG is where you're sort of retrieving information using an LLM and then using that information to sort of support the response and generate the response with that. So yeah, often used for preventing hallucination. If you're building AI agents, sometimes you start to add lots and lots of information into the prompt, and then that sort of blows out the prompt window, and very quickly you have a huge prompt, and not all of that information is needed at every instance of the conversation. So we put it into a knowledge base and allow the agent to pull from that knowledge base as needed. We use GraphRag as well specifically because maintaining the document structure for our customers is quite important, and I find that it provides a really useful means of like retrieving that information, so you can use the vector similarity but then maintain the document structure to sort of pull additional chunks to each side of the returned sort of chunk, so you get a bit of a wider context window when that information is still being retained, but you're still able to sort of have quite a concise vector similarity, so you're not having really large chunks that could sort of like dilute the matching almost. And then also finally, we sort of combine useful metadata. So by using Neo4j and the nodes within the graph, you can sort of put the metadata onto those nodes. So we use sort of like account IDs and collection IDs to then logically separate different people's knowledge bases when they're interacting with the product. So if I switch over into live demo, one second, that looks like this. So this is sort of what our portal looks like that our customers are using. And we provide them the ability to build these sort of knowledge collections for the agents. And this one, where we've done the notes demo, this one's based on a restaurant in Borough Market, which I was booking last night. So here you can see that we have like the PDF preview, which is loading very slowly, which I've just sort of printed the PDF of their website, and a couple of additional information pieces there. And then if I go into the agent, we've then just sort of selected this knowledge base and attached it along with some sort of basic prompting as well. And the way that our sort of knowledge bases work as well, we have this really simple interface where you can sort of browse files. You just select the file, it pens for the upload, and then you click that, and then that starts the ingestion process. So what's going on in the background is this is sort of in AWS providing, ingesting it into an S3 bucket, and then the S3 bucket is triggering an event, and then that document is being picked up, it's being chunked, vectorized, and then inserted into our knowledge graph as well, which we've hosted in AWS. So not to jump around too much, but provide a bit of architecture diagram how we do that. in AWS, because I think this is sort of one of the key things that people are able to sort of provide RAG as a proof of concept. But one of the key things is like sort of how do you actually bring that into production? So this is an overview of what our ingestion pipeline looks like. So as you saw, I uploaded that file that generates a pre-signed URL from the backend for our S3 bucket, uploads the document with the account information, the collection information into the S3 bucket, which then triggers an ingestion function as mentioned, and that sort of chunks up that document and puts into a container that we're running in AWS as well, along with some sort of event metadata as well to make sure that like if it was successfully ingested, etc. So yeah, a fairly sort of involved but simple process of just triggering an event, uploading it, ingesting it, and putting it into a knowledge graph. So then when we're querying it in real time, which I'll move on to in the next bit, is we've got this sort of user speaking to the agent. The agent then is able to sort of take the information and the questions that the user is asking, pass that into the backend, which then uses the sort of Neo4j Python driver to query the knowledge base. And then the knowledge base sort of returns, we sort of go for top 5 with the additional nodes attached to it as well. So it provides quite a large number of points and nodes to sort of pick from and to provide back to the agent. That's then sort of provided back to the agent, and the agent then uses it to give the information back to the user. And that I will show you in real time. So if I go back to our agent, I can then test it. If anyone can't hear, please put something in a chat and I will try and address it.
Welcome to Arabica Borough Market. I'm Nura, and I'm so glad you called.
Hi, I'm interested in booking a party of 20. Is that something that you deal with?
We'd be delighted to host your party of 20. For groups of 820, we recommend booking online through our website. However, since you're interested in booking for 20 people, I just want to confirm a few details to ensure we can accommodate your group comfortably. Let me just check our booking policy for you.
Okay, thanks.
For groups of 820 guests, you can book online by selecting a date, time, preferred menus, and welcome drinks. However, since your party consists of 20 people, you'll need to visit our parties and events page to inquire about private
Okay, brilliant. What kind of food do you have on the menu? Is it like the sharing food that we can share between 20?
We have a wide variety of delicious Middle Eastern dishes on our menu, perfect for sharing. Our menu is designed to be shared, with a focus on small plates, mezzi, and family-style feasts. We have everything from velvety dips and colourful meze to charcoal-grilled meats, dayboat fish, and flavour-packed vegetarian and vegan plates. Let me check our menu for you.
Yeah, brilliant. Whilst you're looking, we have some vegetarian people. Do you have some dishes that are vegetarian friendly?
We have a wonderful selection of vegetarian-friendly dishes. Let me just check our menu to give you some specific options.
Thanks.
We have a variety of vegetarian-friendly dishes, including velvety dips, colourful meze, and flavour-packed vegetarian plates. You can find more information about our menu on our website or by visiting our restaurant. Would you like me to recommend some specific dishes or provide more information about our menu?
Yeah, please, can you provide some dishes that you'd recommend?
We have a variety of delicious vegetarian dishes to choose from. Let me check our menu for some recommendations.
Thanks.
I'm so sorry, but I couldn't find any specific vegetarian dish recommendations on our menu. Let me try again to provide you with some options.
Yeah, brilliant. It'd be good to get some options back, please.
I'm so sorry, but I couldn't find any specific vegetarian dish recommendations on our menu. Let me try again to provide you with some options. In general, our menu features a variety of small plates, mezze, and family-style feasts that are perfect for sharing. We have everything.
Yeah, that's interesting. Can you provide some specific examples from what's on the menu?
We have a variety of delicious vegetarian dishes on our menu, including butterbean fete, herbed frika pilaf, and berbere spiced cauliflower. We also have a selection of sides, such as hispi and walnut salata, batata hara, and tabbouleh. Additionally, our hot mezze menu features dishes like basturmad oyster mushrooms, halloumi with black honey, and Beirut falafel bites.
Okay, brilliant. Thanks. Yeah, could we book something for next Tuesday, please?
I'd be happy to help you book a table for next Tuesday. Let me just check the availability. For groups of 8 to 20 guests, you can book online by selecting a date, time, preferred menus, and welcome drinks. For larger groups of 20 or more, or to inquire about private hire or special events, please visit our parties and events page. We recommend booking, but we always keep a few unreserved tables for walk-ins.
Okay, that's brilliant. Thank you. I'll go and book that.
You're welcome. I'm glad I could help. Have a great time booking your table and enjoying your meal at Arabica Borough Market. If you have a
Yeah, okay, that took a bit of wrestling. I did set it up fairly quickly, so there wasn't too much queuing on the agent, but hopefully you can see there that it was able in the end to finally pick up some of the menu items for the vegetarians, which is great. All sound very delicious. Yeah, so I've got about 4 minutes left, so hopefully I gave a good understanding of sort of how we've brought what our sort of RAG implementation into production, and it's being used by voice AI agents in real time. I guess in the last bit, I can click through into the conversation. Here where we're talking, we can then sort of turn on the tool logging so we can see where it's sort of continually using that tool to find more information, which again is a sort of useful one. Please, could you repeat the architecture? Of course. Let me jump back. Get your pull up. Yeah, I can look up quickly. So yeah, this is what our ingestion one looks like. So we use app runner to run the app. Backend is ECS running the container, S3 bucket, and then SQS to push messages into a Lambda, which is triggered by the messages. And then again, we've got another container running a Neo4j image and just a normal SQL database in Azure. And then, yeah, similarly, query goes to the backend, another container, and that queries directly to the Neo4j. I think technically there is a load balancer between here, but yeah, well, definitely would use a load balancer. Hopefully that provides a good overview of the architecture. I don't know if there are any more questions there.